Goal 4 of Vision 2030 speaks to building a healthy natural environment, and flowing out of that are programs and projects such as this one, which ties in what it is that the government hopes to achieve.
There are three components to the $450 million European Union-funded Climate Change Adaptation and Disaster Risk Reduction project. The goal is to find practical solutions to environmental problems and to educate the public about their responsibility to join in. Several government entities have partnered to execute the project: the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA, the Forestry Department, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change, and the Meteorological Office.
The project is there to try to target a few of these essential problems that are happening on a regular basis, and to try to develop responses to those issues.
One component is the restoration of mangrove areas in the Portland Cottage community in Clarendon, being coordinated by NEPA.
We started by trying to return the hydrological regime to what it was before, so we created a tidal channel that ran along the length of the mangrove forest, as well as doing offshoots from that tidal channel to flush the area. And then we also aided the restoration process by actually planting red and black mangrove seedlings.
The Forestry Department is guiding the reforestation of 400 hectares of land island-wide and the development of local forest management committees, a body of citizens who come together to help protect the forested areas.
Once you don't have the forest cover on the steep hillside, you are prone to a lot of things like soil erosion, heavy rain runoff, the water running off as the rain falls, and then the farmers down below will lose all the topsoil. So when we cover it with tree cover, then you get the rain coming down and percolating into the soil, so you don't get that steady runoff as you start.
Reforestation efforts in the hilly terrain of Westphalia, Bellevue Heights, Clydesdale and Wallingford are already underway. Plus,
we're trying to introduce this to have an incorporated system how we can assist the farmer as well as protecting the environment. So what we are doing is we're not only planting forest trees, timber trees, but we are planting fruit trees and encouraging them to earn something from their land, and in the advent they are protecting their environment and they are getting an income from it.
providing alternatives for those whose livelihoods may negatively affect the environment is another feature of the EU-funded project.
For folks who, like fisher folks and charcoal burners, who are practicing unsustainably, who are not allowing the environment to come back on its own, we want to have an option for them. It's all well and good to tell a fisherman, no, you shouldn't fish, don't catch fish over below a certain size. He still has to feed his family. So we have to provide an alternative. Two of the alternatives we looked at are apiary, and another one is what we call our demarcation sub-project, where we used fisher folk and we taught them how to create demarcation buoys, and those are going to be used to demarc two of the fish sanctuaries in the Portland Bight protected area.
Trying to train at least 12 persons with the techniques of beekeeping. So they would no longer become school burner, but they would become beekeepers. And not only in beekeeping, but modern beekeeping, where you produce wax, honey, pollen, royal jelly, and the other byproduct that bee have. So hopefully after 3 years, we will turn out more bee farmers.
Then there is the public education component, being driven by the Environmental Management Division in the Water Ministry and the Meteorological Service.
You have lectures, you have the information in literature, as well as in culturally diverse material. You have concerts, and you have Voices for Climate Change on board, and they're the ones who are really bringing in the cultural element. They're putting the ideas of climate change to song, and they're imparting that to the public.
Our entire development, economic development, social development now is so closely linked to environmental issues, basic environmental issues. And I think if all persons, both as individuals, as householders, as communities, and as private sector, recognize that the value of what they do is so much dependent upon the value of the natural resources, safe water, safe environment, safe air to breathe, safe coastal areas, fisheries. Everything is all interlinked. So really it's about taking responsibility and recognizing that it's not somebody else's business, it's your business.